Well, I didn't technically die, but yeah.
Heck.
That's right. That can happen sometimes. Unfortunately, because it's hardcore again, no checkpoints, so that sends you right back to the beginning. I know what I did wrong though. I like took it a little too fast there. That's alright. Yo, what's up, Digital Fury X? I want to say, inspired me to play this game again. Bottle 3. Supposed to remake. You're very excited. Oh, it's awesome to hear. Thank you. Yeah, I'm like very excited about the remake as well. Yeah, I can't wait. Yeah, and these games are super fun, so I'm glad you're enjoying playing them.
I remember you. All the key subjects need to be eliminated, terminated.
It's one cool thing about speedrunning these games too. It gives you pretty much infinite replayability. Like, you know, these are some of my favorite casual games also, but I would not be able to put this many hours into them if I was just replaying them casually every time. Because, you know, there's a lot of replayability. You can get different suits, different weapons, different upgrade paths, you know, there's stuff like that. But I mean, there's only so much you can do. But with this, you know, it's like constantly changing. You get different categories. It's just like always learning new stuff. Long time Resident Evil fan. Oh yeah, I liked RE4. That's the only RE game that I played, but I really liked it.
You should grab them.
Dead Space 2 is your favorite? Yeah, this one's my favorite too. I really like it.
Go ahead.
What's the worst game I've speedran? Ooh.
I won't be needing it anymore.
Well, if you mean like... okay, so if you mean like in terms of just the quality of the game, probably there's this game called Kidnapped that actually does have a really fun speedrun, but man, that game is bad. It is it's so bad. But it's super jank, but it's got some nice physics exploits that make the speedrun pretty interesting. I don't know if I had to pick, like, just in terms of just the worst speedrun, I'm not even sure. I did try to run Kidnapped glitchless once. That if I never actually finished a run, so I don't know if I can count that, but if I did, that would definitely be it. Because glitchless, it's not super interesting, it's just kind of boring. Okay, I need to remember to only flashlight dupe once this time. The second one will break the camera if we try to do it. There we go. You messing up on the chapter 11 battery room? What are you, what specifically is, like, are the enemies getting in your way? That can be kind of tricky. Going for the hand cannon for the first time ever? Oh, nice, good luck. Yeah, hardcore is very fun, but, it is pretty scary. It's pretty difficult, yeah. Check out the SRC page. Oh, definitely check out the Kidnapped run, it's actually really cool. It's got prop flying in the first level, but then they didn't bother to put props in any of the other levels, so the rest of the game's like completely different. But essentially it's 5 levels, and you just have to get to the end level trigger for each map. So we have at least one pretty big skip in each mission to get to the end faster. It's very short. I actually wanted to get back into that at some point, because there's been some new strats found since I last Pv'd. So with the chapter 11 battery room, I would say, well, are you able to get to like putting the battery in, because if you can get the battery in, you can checkpoint restart and it de-aggroes all the enemies. What? I hate it when that happens. That's like the worst thing that can happen there. Oh my goodness. Alright. Not worth resetting over, just kind of silly. Hardest speedrun? Honestly, I haven't done as many runs, so I haven't reached this point yet, but I think if I pushed this category as far as I could, it would probably be hardcore in this. Because any percent's pretty hard, but this is, like, optimally this would be worse, I think. Although, some of the new skips we found do actually make the run a little easier, actually, so I'm not even sure if that's true. Dead Space 1's actually really hard, too, actually.
Chapter 5 skip.
Because Dead Space 1 has a really high skill ceiling, just because of the way pulse boosting works, so honestly that might actually be harder. It's a little different, though. Slashers keep rushing you. Yeah, so if you're doing stasis skip and don't have stasis, it's definitely a lot harder. Line gun's definitely your friend, because you can kneecap a lot of enemies. You can also use those stasis canisters as well on some enemies, which helps quite a bit. Already killed that guy. Okay. All right, because he was trolling me. All right. Okay. Yeah, Chapter 11's got some pretty hard rooms in terms of dodging enemies and stuff like that. That room in hardcore is an actual nightmare, though. It's so bad. I'm definitely safety saving before that room. Especially how random the enemies can be. And we can get one shot on this super easily. Okay, let's make sure we get this. That should work. Nice. We don't have to load the room in, but it makes it a lot easier. Especially since we have to hit the boss like 20 times. Oh yes, I would recommend not playing the game anywhere above 200 FPS. So, depending on what graphics card you have, you can use your graphics card software, like NVIDIA control panel or whatever, to limit it. If not, you can always use something like Bandicam or Rivetuner to cap it. But yeah, definitely don't play Dead Space 1 above like 200 FPS. Because the physics of the game are tied to the frame rate and it slows down. Where's this? So as you go above 30 FPS, the game just continues to get slower. And the camera controls change too, tied, like based on what the frame rate is, which is kind of an interesting choice, but you know.
How long have I been here?
3 years.
Yeah, definitely do that.
Raise.
Or do like 60. Yeah.
And brought you here for study.
Absolute
Why can't I
snipe you.
remember anything?
The marker you found imprinted your brain with
As a casual player, I'd say like, well, depends on if you,
I'd
I'd say like 60 is probably fine. You can try 200 though if you want. 200 is pretty good.
If you reach me in time. Tram station, get moving.
I would, but like I said, yeah, don't go above 200. Anything below that is fine, but not 30 though. 30 is pretty unplayable. At least on mouse and keyboard, anyway. Yeah, I'm sure you were walking real slow. Yeah. I don't think shooting the yellow spot actually does more damage. I'm pretty sure it's just like anywhere. Yo!
X100.
Digital Fear, thank you so much for the 100 bits. I appreciate that. Strauss kill skip? Oh yeah, you got it. I'm not sure how many of the wiggle clips you're doing, but if you have trouble with that one, there is an easier version you can do. That's about 20-25 seconds slower, but if you can get the wiggle clip, definitely do that one.
But it's all coming. I don't know what you're talking about. Why are you calling me? Isaac, look out!
You got him. I'm getting the enemy despawn like every time. I wonder if we're gonna get it again. Yeah, we've got. I don't know why this happens. Yo, it was Steve. Thank you for the follow. That's one of the reasons we allow enemy despawns and glitchless, by the way. They literally just happen seemingly without, like, you know, out of your control. Like that one, no one knows why that happens. And you have to do the Spartan glitch this, obviously, so yeah. Wouldn't want to have to reset just because that happens. I mean, it's happened to me pretty much every time I've done runs of this so far. There probably is a way to get it to be consistent, but I'm not really sure. Can I get a limb, please? That's fine. There we go. Broke all these things for a reason. Yeah, Strauss and Ellie do keep up with you, you know. They must be doing some speed strats, too. We'll go clip first try. Nice. That's definitely the hardest part.
How this happened? The marker was destroyed, Dana. I destroyed it.
You destroyed
If you're doing, there's 2 setups to hit the checkpoint. The audio log one is super free. The one where you aim at the star is not too bad. If you want to try that one out, it's a little faster. But I mean, if you're doing your first run, it really doesn't matter that much. It's not that much faster. Gaming. What's up, Looney? Oh my god. That's bad. Recoverable. Okay. Still in college eating lunch? Sounds good, dude. You enjoy your lunch. Soon to beat the game with skips? Hell yeah. Really? I swear I hit him in the arm. Okay. Putts time? Oh boy, let's go. Putts is definitely a little more difficult. I actually was thinking about remaking the tutorial for that. If you end up having trouble with it, I would recommend watching some PB videos from either like me, Radish, or Crazy. Because some of the platforming at the top can be a little tricky. Because basically the tutorial is a little old just because it was made right when that stuff was figured out, and there's a couple of tips I would say I'd probably like to add to it to make it a little more consistent for most people, but yeah. But go ahead and try it out. It'll still teach you how to do it. It's really just like the last 2 parts of the platforming section that can be a little sketch. So just give it a try, and if those are giving you trouble, then yeah, check it out. Oh yeah, I gotta do that, Looney. Like just making a bunch of curry and then saving it. Seems like a good idea. Pretty easy. Yeah, it sounds like it's not too bad. Oops. That TK spike just hit him and didn't do anything. Nice. Gotta love that. Oh no, I know. I used to work as a dishwasher at a sushi restaurant, and but I also did food prep stuff, and part of that was, you know, cooking rice and stuff. And man, yeah, brown rice was way more annoying.
Dana, I need a new route.
What happened? I thought we lost you.
Unscheduled.
I don't know if I missed the notification or if it didn't, or because it was loud or it didn't play. But Four Gathers, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it.
This won't be the most pleasant route, but it'll get you to the Cassini Towers residential sector.
Oh, sushi's definitely my favorite food. Yeah.
Recognize the signal again. Keep moving.
Okay.
You're very important to the Mises. Hold tight. Contact you soon.
Just basically anything with raw fish is good, you know. A little close. On hardcore especially, I always try to take out the arms for those slashers, because then you can impale them. So on casual, you just one shot to the leg, one shot to the arm, they're dead. But on this, it's 2 shots to a leg and 1 shot to an arm.
I think we're tracking
It's a little harder to aim, but it's worth it.
Are the memories coming back?
I didn't grab the pulse rifle schematic. Okay.
The badness. The more I remember, the more my head hurts.
I guess we're doing this. I probably shouldn't have done that, but you know, we're doing it anyway. We're routing on the fly. We're improvising.
I keep seeing his face.
It always boils over, dude. Fortunately, I didn't have to cook brown rice that often because people didn't order it that much at this particular restaurant. But yeah, it was pretty annoying.
Keeps contacting me. I saw him back at the hospital.
Nolan Strauss. He was a patient.
It was mostly white rice and sushi rice, pretty much.
He's a psychopath, Isaac. Stay clear of him. He murdered his own wife and child.
Okay, I'll be careful.
So we got javelin gun in hardcore. That's not something you'd usually see. But it means we can do
Routing me to residential. This looks like
a little bit of a faster strat on the mini boss in chapter 5, so it's kind of cool.
There's an old maintenance access point in there that'll take you.
I'll have Cutter for
into the Cassini
pack
Towers.
fight, but that's fine because it'll be the same as any percent because they still die in 1 shot. With the ammo glitch, we'll be fine. Well, first of all, let's try not to lose her on the garbage skip again. That would be ideal. Okay, so, okay. Oh, I also, did I get the power node in chapter 2? I think I forgot to get that again, too. That's fine, though. I can just pick up another one if I didn't. Maybe I did. We'll check. I'm also curious to know, I think Javelin Gun could one-shot infectors if you hit them in the arm. We'll see. Actually, does this work on this one? That's pretty good. Okay, that worked out pretty well. It's almost not even really worth doing this, to be honest. Where am I? Okay, we're good. Okay, take it nice and easy this time. Nice and easy. Just get the skip. Okay, there you go. Wow, that is like so much more terrifying. And 80% isn't even that bad. You just get at the checkpoint, but can't fall out of bounds. Else we're dead. Okay, we're good. Okay, did I pick up the power node? Yes, I did. Okay, cool. We're good then. Oh, I would have been pretty annoyed if I had messed up garbage skip again. We're good. Finish the tutorial, gonna give it a go? Alright, sounds good. Good luck. If you can get punch up the shaft, drill skip is a little easier, I think. And drill skip's the thing that actually saves a ton of time anyway, so if you can get it, it's definitely worth it. Remember to not do the elevator skip.
Some sort of gunship.
I know you can do it at like 5 FPS, but I haven't practiced it and I'm not trying to die. Save like 3 seconds. Okay, we're gonna have to improvise this a little bit. Which is fine. Okay. Okay, that actually works. This guy die? What do I use here? Can you die? Oh wow, this is really bad. This is actually very bad. Oh my goodness. I don't know what happened there. That was really bad. Missed it? No worries. That, like I said, it's a pretty tough trick. Takes a while to get used to. Well, my gold here is so bad. It's ridiculous.
It's Timon, he's found you! Into the church, hurry!
It's fine though.
Dana, the Church of Unitology? Why here?
Obviously, anything with combat's gonna be harder.
Station that Timon can't monitor.
And that chapter has a lot of combat, so it makes sense. Javelin gun's pretty good though. I think pulse rifle alt fire is probably better. And again, you're supposed to buy that. I just forgot. Lol. Alright, bit of another scary trick coming up. It's a good start. Really? This table, man. Okay. This is not ideal. Oh, we're good. Okay, we're good. We're good. Okay. You can get stuck on the floor there, which kind of sucks. Come on. Nice. Alright, we got it. Cool. So, we actually can save a tiny bit of time here. Well, like, actually a pretty decent amount. Dang it. Actually, I could have done the pack fight skip if I had gotten that, which might actually be faster in real time. Actually, no, it's not. Never mind. Oh, do you mean, like, if you go to the previous room? Because, yeah, the 0G does extend a little bit. Also, I'm misunderstanding what you mean. I'm missing one here. Okay. A little bit of a scuffed skip. But honestly, just being able to get past it is pretty good for now. That and garbage skipper ones where, like, in this category, if you miss it, your runs are just dead. You have to, like, and it's not even like you can continue. Like, if you didn't save, you're going back to the beginning of the game, so you just have to start over. Cool.
Dana, you still with me? I've reached the top of the
Alright, so we should have enough money. So I'm gonna rectify my mistake from before and buy pulse rifle in the next chapter. We should be able to buy that and the detonator, hopefully. That's the goal. I don't know why that takes 2 shots in hardcore. Like, why does the glass have more health? Like, that doesn't even make sense. Oh, I don't know what the best gun to use for here is. It's probably unless Javelin one-shots these things, but normally you'd have Pulse Rifle here.
Of course you are.
Yeah, that's
Why
fine.
did I trust you?
So actually, even if you do get Javelin, it probably is slower,
Told you there was a cure
just because
in
this
the
part
UK
takes
run.
longer.
Why are you doing this? Why can't everyone just leave?
Pulse boosting in 4K in the remake.
You're just your secret, Isaac.
I would love to see pulse boosting in the remake, but I kind of doubt it's gonna happen just because the physics engine is different. But
Build it.
I am excited to look for new stuff though. There's probably gonna be new glitches and things to look for. It'll be different from the OG trilogy.
To spread glorious convergence to the entire galaxy.
You people are unbelievable. Just give me the fucking cure and let me.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Oh, we're gonna cure you, Isaac. We
Wait.
need that precious little head of yours just the way it is.
Are you saying like if you don't already have the 0G there? Because normally if you do the skip, you already get some 0G by the elevator just because it overlaps with that room.
The last thing we want is for him to die.
Because you do skip that cutscene also with the skip. Wait, so just to make sure, you're saying like if you didn't do the skip. Like, I mean Strauss kill skip, I mean. Or wait. Now I'm confusing myself, hold on. Yeah, this just takes 2 shots, that's okay. Nice. Oh, you should have it every time, I'm pretty sure. Because it saves the 0G when you get the checkpoint. That can work. Oh wow, okay, nice. That helps. Gonna save a little bit of time. Oh no, you're good. I'm pretty sure that's why it works in the first place actually, is because you hit the checkpoint while it's still there.
Isaac, are you there?
At least I think. I don't know. It's kind of weird.
Strauss, look, it's over. All my plans just blew out the window.
No, it's not over. At least not yet. We build it. We can tear it.
Because like in the hardcore skip that we're gonna be doing, you can land in the elevator shaft from the 0G, but then the 0G deloads. So for whatever reason, the 0G area just stays loaded.
But we have to move now.
There's not really anything else like that
Time is running out for me and for us.
in the game. It's kind of weird.
Strauss, where you going?
It's cool though. Definitely breaks the game open pretty hard at the end. I mean, we wouldn't be able to do drill skip if that didn't happen, you know, so. Pretty
I'm
wild.
gonna go play some Halo, so I'll talk to you guys later. I'll try and post some clips tonight, though.
Alright, sounds good, Fiery. Have fun with the Halo.
We were afraid of us after possessions.
Thanks for hanging out,
I
dude.
remember.
See ya.
They took us to the machine for our sessions, through the steps.
I don't remember any of these sessions.
You're lucky you don't remember. When you do,
Stasis packed itself for a lot. That's nice.
Who comes back? Who?
Nice. Okay, wow, we actually barely had enough money, but that works.
so much. Where are you going?
Strauss, don't follow. He's not really there.
Halo speedruns are actually pretty sick. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen Halo 2, but that game is really busted. I didn't know about it until like super recently, but you can, like playing co-op, like one person, but like in co-op, you can turn yourself into like basically any object in the game, including like vehicles and stuff like that. So you can just turn yourself into, I think it's called a phantom. I'm not like a Halo. Wow, that actually almost killed me. That's actually ridiculous. It's called a phantom, the flying ship. Like I said, I'm kind of a Halo scrub. I don't really play it that much, but I know a little bit about the speedrun. But yeah, you can like turn yourself into like a flying ship and just fly it into the level. It's pretty funny. I'm not messing with this guy. Yeah. I did also, just to make sure, did grab the power node, right?
Isaac, the steps.
I'm gonna
The steps. Step 1.
move some of these around because I bought them sort of in a weird order. Okay, that works. That works.
He wants me to go into the dark machine, Isaac. I can't go. She's in there. She's waiting for me.
Strauss.
Oh God, oh God, oh God.
Strauss, listen to me. You need to keep moving. Can you get to the train? Can you do that?
He's coming. Can't talk.
Don't blow my mind, please. Thank you. Nice. It's one of those rooms that's not super difficult, but if you mess it up, it's really bad. Like, really bad, especially in hardcore. Pretty easy to die there. That doesn't go well.
Screws go tight all around.
I don't understand.
Oh God, he's back.
Not too bad. Just a couple sort of weird things that can happen. Like the mine can blow up early if one of the stalkers hits it. You can put the mine in the wrong spot. They can charge you too early and miss the mine, you know, if you put it in the wrong spot. It's not that hard though. It's just like a lot of things in this game where you can make a mistake and it costs you a ridiculous amount of time.
You want to talk? You talk from there.
A lot of the skips are like that.
The last person who said that tried to kill me.
Hey, take it easy. I'm not gonna hurt you.
Though most of the time, most skips are usually worth it. It's like, oh, it saves, like chapter 7 skip, right? It's like, oh, it saves 8 or 9 minutes, but if you miss it, you lose like a minute and a half for each attempt, you know. So missing it kills your run pretty much.
I think we got off to a bad start here. I'm Isaac.
Ellie. What do you want, Isaac?
Don't even get me started on extended drill skip.
I need to get to the government sector.
Ugh.
What do you think we were trying to do?
Hey, I can help you.
Alright, I'm not sure how many health packs we have, but we should be okay. This room here can be a little sketch. Basically, any room with a bunch of enemies in it is kind of sketch in hardcore. Because, I mean, you saw, like, I was at full health. I almost died just from
But after that, you're on your own.
hitting that fire earlier.
And please, don't follow
Once we get past this chapter, it'll be a little better, because I'm going to be upgrading my health at the bench. But until then, we are gaming without it. I check my inventory. Okay. 2 health packs. All right. I can work with that. I kind of tried to do something there, it didn't really work out. Nice. I tried to alt fire that guy so he wouldn't spit at me later. Don't die, don't die, don't die. Okay, we're good. I think that's the strat, shooting the baby earlier, to be honest. With stasis, you just throw a stasis charge at him or whatever and he stops, but otherwise, the fastest possible strat is open the door, then headshot him. But man, I don't know, I did it in my PB, but it just feels way too risky to save like half a second or whatever it is, or less. Because if you miss, like you don't hit him or you hit him in the body, you're just dead. You are just, you're done. I think I'm doing that for a little bit. There's a lot of things like that in this category. It's like, I could go for this small time save, but if I mess it up, I die. So is it really worth it right now when I have minutes to save? You know what I'm saying? At some point, maybe. I don't think we're quite at that point yet. I mean, in theory, I can save 5.5 minutes in chapter 11, for example. So obviously we're trying to go as fast as possible, but I'm not going to cry over half a second here and there yet. I might still take the safety save in chapter 10, actually, even though that loses like 45 or something like that.
Another survivor. He says he knows you.
Because I did it in my PV also, so it's not like I'll be losing more time.
His name is Strauss. I know him.
He looks twitchy. I don't trust him.
Yo, what's up, Icky Moose? I
Don't.
think that's how you say your name, at least.
I need him to be not dead.
Feel free to correct me if I'm
I
wrong.
need him.
If I don't save, chat can enjoy my pain. True. That is true. So, I'd say it's a win-win either way.
Anything stupid. Anything. I will shoot him.
Hope everybody is enjoying the longest elevator ride in the entire game, because I know I sure am. Cool. Fortunately, we don't have to do transport hub skip.
Hello, Isaac.
Maybe someday we could add this to hardcore, but we are not nearly at that point yet. This would be probably the last skip I would add. I'd maybe even add extended drill before I added this, to be honest, just because of how random it is.
Nerd.
Playing console so every elevator ride is long? Yeah. The load times can be a bit rough.
He'll find me in the dark.
Depends on what console specifically you're playing on, but yeah, in general, yeah, they're still pretty long. I have not... I don't know if I've seen gameplay of this on Series X, but I imagine the loads are probably a lot better. I know on Xbox One they're significantly better than 360, because I have done runs on Xbox One. Not Series X, I imagine, is again a lot better. I would imagine.
You cut off power to life support. There may be other survivors over here.
Public sector is already beyond acceptable recovery conditions. I can't allow.
Well, I guess if you're counting that, then yeah, that's true.
Holy shit, Isaac! Look out! It's headed for you!
At least that has gameplay, though.
Isaac.
So,
I think that's all of them.
did I take his legs off? I did.
Why did Titan
No
turn off
brute
the power?
launchable brute.
What did you do to piss him off so much?
Ellie, you know what a marker is?
Yeah. The unitologist on my crew wouldn't shut up about it. Why? Is it real?
Yeah, it's real. Titan made one using codes, patterns stored in our heads. My name's Strauss. Everything that's happening on this station is happening because of that marker. I have to get to it and destroy it, and I need Strauss to tell me how.
He's even come back to the ground.
You're a strange man, Isaac.
Will you help me?
You're about to suffocate, so I think I'm better.
Okay, good. Listen, we need power. Without it, we have no air and no train. Sprawl's gotta have backup batteries somewhere.
Yeah, we actually did a meme speedrun race in January to celebrate 10 years.
Okay.
I think it's aged really well.
If I can start him up and get some power to the train.
Yo, what's up, Alexis? We are indeed gaming.
I can do that.
How's it going?
Take Strauss and keep him
Yeah, I think it's aged super well. Like, I mean, in terms of, you know, gameplay, how the game feels to play, you know, that kind of thing, definitely. But I mean, even just the way it looks, I think it looks great. And I'm playing on low graphics, by the way. I still think the game looks pretty good. Get world record? That's what we're trying to do. Oh, there's a goal. Nice. Half by half a second.
What's Strauss doing?
Sick.
With power off, you can hear noises 3 blocks away. He's gonna give away my position.
I always think it's funny when there's parts like cutscenes like this that only exist in hardcore but not in glitchless. It's funny. Alright, there we go. I get 2 health upgrades for 3 power nodes. I'd say that's pretty good. Ow. I don't think Dead Space 1 has aged quite as well. I think it's still a really fun game, but there's definitely a lot of clunk, especially in the gameplay, for sure, like the way it controls. And I think to a certain extent some of that was intentional. They wanted you to feel, you know, more hopeless, I suppose, but I mean, I don't know, you play this game right after that game and it's just night and day.
How do you think he's doing? Can you hear this shit?
He's hallucinating, Ellie.
Good enough to try runs? Nice, dude.
This is going to be...
Yeah, it's not too bad. Like I said, the only real sketch thing is getting rid of the tilt, and even then, you could also just get the checkpoint and die if you wanted to, like the line gun mines, and it'd still be a little faster. The only reason I stopped doing it was because I had lost a couple runs to it, and I was like, yeah, this isn't really that worth it. But, you know, if it's working for you, then yeah, definitely do it. Yo, was that Radish?
Yeah.
I'm not sure why. Your mic sounds like a little quieter. I am in kind of a loud part.
I'm talking quiet.
Ah, okay. I got you, dude. I may not be able to hear you during this next section then, just because it's going to be loud. But welcome back. Fall off at the pillar at the top. Yeah, that's the rough part about putts, for sure. Yeah, that's the part you'll definitely want to watch some runs to see how people do it, for sure. But you'll get it, though. Yeah. We definitely don't need the new skip to beat our time, but it definitely will help a lot. It also takes out a part of the run I was dying a lot too. So that's cool. Oh, yeah, Topher, you can do that too. I've literally had it where, like, even then it still doesn't go away. But yeah, you're right. If it doesn't go away right away and you need more time, you can just stasis them again, yeah. Ow. Bad pattern. Ow. Ow. Alright, made it. Took a little more damage than I wanted to, but it's not the end of the world. Pulse rifle. 1 health pack left. Okay, I'm gonna grab this medium health pack coming up. The tripods? No. Oh, you mean at low health? No, I don't think you'll still die at low health, but it's a bit more sketch. They definitely do a lot of damage. Really? Wow, that was almost bad. Okay. First save to save. Oh, the tram jump's kind of annoying, yeah. I forget if I have it in my PV. If I do, maybe take a look at the way I'm doing it. I found that to work pretty well. Yo, welcome back, dude.
Holy shit.
What's up?
I just went and did, after I had lunch, I went and did my physio exercises for the first time. And it was like, it's like, I had to like do like 6 sets of like walking around with like a 10-kilo dumbbell above my head.
Yeah.
But like, and you have to walk around with it above your head, like with one arm, for a minute. Holy
Yeah.
shit, that was so much harder than I thought it was gonna be.
Ah, really? Hold on one sec. Come on, man. Okay, I'm turning. Okay.
Topher, for the chapter 1 no tram jump, it can be easier if you go further right, and also if you drop your FPS.
Yeah, which is what I'm doing right now to do this. Oh my goodness, dude, I'm losing so much time to this.
I think the misconception a lot of people are having is the video that I posted of doing it was not meant to be a tutorial, it was a proof of concept. It was the first time I did it.
Ugh. I got this first try on my run the other day, it died. Dude. There you go. Nope, that didn't work. Not fast enough.
No, this version seems kind of hard compared to like the other one.
The timing's not that bad. I don't know, I haven't practiced at 19 FPS that much. It's kind of stupid though.
What are you doing?
Can I not lose minutes here, please?
He's trying to do the chapter 7 deload.
There you go. First try. That was stupid. Whatever. Gotta practice that some more. It might still be faster to use a stasis canister or something, but I don't know, that method works pretty well. Okay. That's a good strat.
Unauthorized visitor. Mainframe.
This room's always hard to run through with a deload. Triggered the checkpoint for putts at the top. Ah, yeah. That one's rough too.
Ellie, I'm on my way to the mirrors now.
I know you can run by some of these cysts, but I really don't want to mess around.
See for yourself.
Whatever, dude. We got plenty of time saved. I'm not too worried about it.
You have to let me help. I can't breathe.
Ross, what's wrong? Ellie!
That is the first time I've really tried to do that at 19 FPS as opposed to 30. It feels like it should be easier at low FPS though. Yeah, it's pretty jank, yeah. The brew skip in chapter 6. So well, transport hub skip is a separate thing than this. It is technically faster to do it in this category. It's just a lot more risky because you got to get them to punch you through, and we don't really have a lot of health. And the trick's kind of random to begin with, so even trying to do it on casual is pretty rough sometimes. You probably could. I honestly haven't tested it, and you could always upgrade your health before transport hub.
Dude, just kill the brute, make him
Launchable and
launchable, and make him push you through the wall.
Exactly.
To be honest, that might even be faster than getting brute punch anyway.
All right, Ellie, one down.
What do you mean?
Well,
you kill it on spawn, kinesis it over to you, and you go through the wall?
maybe. First try punch is kind of disgustingly fast though,
Because
unfortunately.
you don't have to wait for the brute to do his like landing animation and the charge.
Something covering the
Maybe. I'd have to see it, but
Oh my god.
he does come straight over to you and punch
Dude,
you.
okay,
to get it.
okay, Radish, what you gotta understand is make him launchable is shoot one shot at a time.
Ellie, come in.
Brute launching is clipping through doors. The thing is that bad.
Ellie, you alright?
We just made the crossover tube when the beam hit. Isaac, those things are still
Okay. Well, we're making that a chapter 7.
everything in their path.
Holy shit, they'll cut us off.
Probably only lose a little time because apparently I have like half a minute here to save.
Ellie, come in.
Isaac, we have to cross to the government sector before they cut us off. You'll never make it down here in
Chapter
time.
1.
I'll be there!
You actually won't be able to do it without the invincibility. Because you won't be able to hit the 0G. You can still practice the lineup though, but you won't be able to fall all the way down there.
The best thing you could do is if you do putts, before you grab the invincibility, you can save the game, and then if you load that save, you can get invincibility over and over again to practice the actual drill skip bit.
Yeah. I actually have a save. Like if you don't have one, I could send it to you. If you want to practice just drill skip. This part is actually really sick in casual play, yeah. Especially because the game never really, besides a couple fade to blacks here and there, the game never really cuts from your perspective. So seeing this whole sequence all in one go is really sick.
Ellie, where are you?
Right outside. Hurry.
What'd you say?
Isaac!
Okay, cool. I can send that to you in a little bit later.
The factory door open?
If I forget, just remind me. So, honestly, probably not buying much here except for health packs, to be honest. Because, oh, detonator. We don't need detonator anymore, right? No, we don't. Yeah, now we just have a disgusting amount of money. The thing is, though, I'm pretty sure we need to keep the patient suit. So
I'll try to open the CEC door on your level.
I'm just gonna do that, to be honest. Actually, I want more smalls, because I mostly want a lot of them to heal from pukers, also. So, if you're not already aware, you might be wondering why I'm not getting any ammo. Or selling all my ammo, rather. And it's because, due to the first skip in the game, we actually have a glitch with our ammo where we can reload infinitely, which is extremely convenient, especially in this category. So basically, the only items that I really need from this point forward are health packs, because I already have enough money to buy the final gun in the game. Buy foam finger. What are you doing, bad streamer? Oh, shit.
Yes, I'm authorized for this.
You're right. What am I doing? This game would be so much easier if I just used that.
Open up, you bastard!
Ow.
It's open. Isaac, go.
Man, I really gotta try to figure out
You guys there?
if the whole extended 8 skip can actually work in this category. Because if it can, we're gonna save like even more time. It's gonna be ridiculous.
Take it easy. It's okay.
No, it's not. I was right here this morning with a crew of 30 people.
What would save time? Sorry.
But we were overrun.
Wouldn't it still save time at 80% too?
Wait. Sorry. I already. What are we talking about?
Extended 8.
I had
The extended 8. Oh, the door died. Right. Yeah. No, because well. Depending on what side, it would depend on what side of the door you're opening it from. If you're opening it like going into the room, maybe
And here I am again.
save you walking forward like 2
One
steps.
big fucking circle today.
If it's the other side, definitely not.
Let's figure out how to meet up.
Right.
Probably not.
There's a central hub in the main facility. Here are the coordinates.
There is a load trigger that puts you in the room, but it puts you at the bottom, and the level's deloaded. And the problem with that is you need to destroy the big explosive canister thing up top to actually progress. So unfortunately, you can hit that, but it doesn't do anything. You can actually hit the checkpoint after that, where he jumps onto the tram, because you get one before the cutscene. But if you haven't, again, blown up the thing to have the tram come down, then you just jump infinitely and get soft locked. Like, he'll try to jump, and the tram's not there, so you just fall. It's not gonna make a difference here, but that's fine. Not the end of the world though. You can open the door though, or at least if you can hit it. I haven't found a setup to actually do it to prove that it's like actually possible, but I'm sure you could. It's just a matter of actually finding it. The reason I didn't look for it sooner is because I was under the assumption that opening that door crashed the game, which, oh, that's interesting. Which it does, but it turns out the specific load you get doing extended 8, it actually doesn't crash the game, which I didn't know until very recently. So it is actually, in theory, possible. And that would skip basically the next like 2 or 3 minutes of gameplay that I'm about to do. Oh. I don't know if that got him, but it's worth a try. Oh yeah, because we gotta actually play chapter 9. Don't blow me up, don't blow me up, don't blow me up. Nice. What?
713.
People boom, yeah. You gotta be real careful about those guys. Oh! Cool. I didn't die. Exactly. Oh, the dividers, yeah. You don't see that much of them. They are definitely a lot harder to kill, so it kind of makes sense why they don't show up that often. That is the wrong. Wait, no, that is the right one. What? Okay. Cool. Make sure we don't fall off here. Okay. Oh, I forgot you're not supposed to reload there. Hopefully that doesn't mess me up. Yeah, that skip is really cool. Oh no, we're good. Okay. I remember Looney telling me not to reload there because you can break your weapons, but it seems like they're okay. So I think we're good. Steve is your favorite enemy? Yeah.
Yeah, don't reload when you drop down there.
Yes, I just did. I seem to be okay. Okay, we're good.
Which part did you reload dropping down?
Like the very end?
No, the first section, if you reload dropping down it, you'll break your gun.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't do that, so we're good.
It's wrapped around a big tank.
A big tank. Nitrogen trichloride. Those explode if they overheat.
Come on.
Perfect.
Well, I guess that's not really gonna...
That worked. We're moving again. We'll wait.
Oh, really?
Alright, I see you. I'll meet you there.
You know what was funny? When we were wondering-
People really haven't figured out how to replace it anymore. The problem is these games run a proprietary engine. Even like, there are tools to read the file types for the maps, because the file type is the same extension as other EA games, but like, the file format is actually different in the Dead Space games compared to the standard format, and it's just like all this wacky stuff that makes it really painful.
Yeah. It'd be so awesome to make custom maps in this game. It'd be so much fun. Alright, I gotta use the restroom, I'll be right back.
I can't make it go any faster.
Yeah, the only thing in terms of like model replacement. Texture swaps have been a thing. Wait, to Ellie? Yeah, so he clipped out of the elevator. There's a trigger in the elevator shaft there to despawn the second Ellie here and spawn the one in for the cutscene. But because he skipped that trigger, the Ellie that was originally in there never despawned. So the Ellie for the cutscene shows up as well.
At this point, it's all just dead weight.
So you'll see the one of them just sits there on the panel because that's
what
the
did
one
he
that's
mean?
in there before
What did he mean when he
before the
said dead
cutscene.
weight?
He's using the solar beam. We gotta stop the transport now.
Yeah, one from going down and then.
And we made it with plenty of time.
He's cut the station in half. There's no track to get across on.
Dude, that's like my life. Like when I was playing Dead Space 3 earlier today, and I was like, I'm gonna get a coffee during the cutscene. I'm like, making the coffee, it's taking forever to boil the water. I'm like, man, am I gonna make it back? I come back, I'm not even out of the prologue.
And you're just like, wow.
Wow, I've still got another 2 minutes of cutscene.
No, this is a really bad idea.
Well, stick around. I'm full of bad ideas.
Yeah, that one we just did is one of the longer ones in the run. It's like a minute and a half, so you got plenty of time. Save time IRL too? That's actually true. We did. Oh, I don't know if did somebody already explain the two Ellie's thing? I just saw that comment.
I was just explaining it.
Oh, okay.
Came back.
Cool. Alright, I mentioned earlier that it does lose quite a bit of time to safety save here, but I'm gonna do it anyway, cause yeah.
This category doesn't have eye poke skip. I mean, there's no reason why it can't have eye poke skip.
It does have eye poke skip. I did it in my PV. I just didn't. I messed up the splits, but no, I did do it.
Do you do the like super safe shit to get to where you would do the other thing from?
I can check the ship's status from there.
It's basically the same exact thing, except you just instead of doing the setup to hit the checkpoint, you just drop down, open the door, and then you
Yeah. So you would you drop down and like get to where you would do 14, 15 from, and then you just do the old
Yeah, Alexis, it's like if you know the hardcore 14-15 skip, it's like the exact same thing as any percent with eye poke skip. You just open the door to load the thing and go on the ledge, drop down, open the door, and then you're good. It's definitely harder, that's for sure. But
eye pokes, not eye pokes. Hardcore 14, 15 is just
it's pain. And you got the 13 floor clip too is pretty bad. I've gotten better at it.
Right, you gotta do the 13.
I found a little bit of a strat. Wait, actually, let me do this first. Oh, really, dude? Oh wait, actually, that's fine. Okay. I have literally never missed this except during hardcore runs. It's actually stupid. Okay. Well, no, I started to go down, but then the elevator clipped me back up, so it didn't waste too much time to try again.
Yeah, the saves in hardcore is giga broken. On the down patch, if you quit to the menu after you save and like continue, you'll just get all of your saves back, so you can just have infinite saves. But also, if you're on a PC, even on the new or even on current patch, you can click checkpoint restart even though it's grayed out. And so what you can do is you can go to a save station, go to save, but when it says, "Are you sure you want to save?" you click no, but it will still give you a checkpoint. So if you, instead of letting it, like if you die, if you just pause the game and hit checkpoint restart, you'll go back to that save station even though you didn't save.
Yeah, I haven't quite like learned the actual menuing for it. It's not hard, but I'm still doing it the old way for now just because I don't know exactly how to do it. Ooh, and see, this is why we safety saved. Because I don't usually miss that, but that would have ended my run right there. That sucks. Oh well. We can still save time here. I think my mashing was just like a little bad or something. I don't know. No, it did load. I was just too low into the floor, so I floor clipped. It happens. Classic door dive moment. That's fine though. I feel like I was explaining something before I got distracted with this. I can't remember what it was though. Yep, I don't remember. Anyway. Using no clip. Yep. It's funny you say that because if you're at really low FPS, you actually can straight up just like no clip through some elevators. It's really funny actually. No one's found a use for it yet, but it's pretty funny. Okay, let's try to actually do this right. Okay.
You know what I need to do?
Should be good.
Right, hold on. Here's what I need to do. Where is CD, man? I need a fucking shortcut for this on my desktop.
There we go.
PS3 CP man. Let's go.
Okay, we're good. That's what's supposed to happen. So it puts us in pretty much the end of the medical deck now, so we've essentially skipped almost the whole chapter.
What locked door do you run through there? It's the door with the hack panel.
Yeah, there's a hack panel there in the cryo room. And yeah, we just run right through it. And then we run through the second locked door is the one on the lower floor that you're not even supposed to normally use at all. It's just there to block you from getting to that room, but we can just walk through it.
Oh, that door.
I mean, unless that's the one you're talking about, then yeah.
That door never unlocks in Dead Space 2.
Yeah.
That door unlocks in Dead Space 1 in Chapter 5. But in Dead Space 2 it's just locked and you have to go the long way around. Unless you do the deloads and then you can unlock the door, like the run through.
Oop. Okay, we're good. Cool. Little scuff.
It's actually pretty funny that they actually made it a door, because sometimes when they have doors like that, they just don't make them actual doors.
Yeah, and they don't actually deload, yeah. That one is very convenient though. Alright, so yeah, like I said, a little unfortunate, but I mean, we're probably still going to be ahead, and even if we're not, we can save, like, around 5-ish minutes, probably, in the next split, so, let's see. Yo, what's up, Carzy? How's it going? Oh, I can't wait to see how Dead Space 1 Remake looks, too. It's going to be awesome. Yes, yeah, normally you gotta ride a lift up, go through them, you gotta move a ladder out of the way. There's balcony skip, which you can do. And then you gotta take the, well, actually, there's a way to clip off the elevator too at low FPS, so you could always just do that, but. Plus you got, yeah, the ladder's super annoying. Plus you gotta deal with all the enemies as well. And if you don't do balcony skip, there's even more enemies, especially leapers, which always sucks. Need to practice runs on this game, but been lazy. I feel you though. Yeah. And you said you were doing glitchless too. It's definitely a much longer category, so I got you. I mean, it's like a 2-hour run, so hard to finish runs. I'm doing pretty well. I have a bit of a cold right now, but took some Tylenol earlier. Ate some food and stuff, so feeling a little better. Just trying to get some runs going. Oh, also, I just remembered, I don't know if you've ever seen it, Alexis, it's pretty rare, but you can get, like, perfect ladder RNG in that room, where it's not even in your way when you run through. I've only seen it 2 or 3 times. When your spin runs is 3 hours? Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely, when the run's that long, it's definitely hard to finish runs. Yeah, like I said, I've only seen it a couple times. Of course, I used to see that room a lot more when I actually ran, or not when I ran 80%, but when that room was in 80%. Yeah, see, we're still saving time. It's fine. Alright, hoping for a big gold here.
Hey, Sharp.
Yes.
Which was the elevator you clipped out of in Dead Space 3? It was the one after Danik, right?
Oh, the one in the video? It's the one in Baxter Lobby. Like before Danik.
Oh, the one before Danik.
Yeah. Oh, that wasn't supposed to happen.
What's the best FPS of these things? It's like 7, right?
Yeah. Well, I'd try like either 7 or 5. 5 is a little harder to get inputs through and a little harder to control, but if you actually get it, it's a bit more lenient. Really? I missed.
It's what they were afraid of, that I'd face her during the marker.
The glitches work on the 360 version? Yeah, basically what Alexis said, there's a tutorial document in tutorials and tech tips under DS2. And it lists whether skips work on console or not.
Elevated clips feel impossible in Dead Space 3, not gonna lie.
I might agree with you, to be honest. It took me a lot longer to get one. Just the one time. It's probably just a little different, though. Alright, just taking a safety save here, because this room is... Well, actually, you'll probably see why, to be honest. So yeah.
Join the Discord.
Yeah, I have a command for it. I think it's just ! Dead Space. Yo, oh, sorry, I thought that, yeah, never mind. Yeah, thank you for the good luck. Unless you're talking to Carzy, and then, which I also wish Carzy luck. Sorry, I gotta focus on this. I'm a little trying to focus on too many things at once. Some of these skips have not been tested on console, so the ones that you see there will have a question mark. Yeah, I'm just gonna do this. It's kind of like this is slow, but okay. As long as we're not dying here, we're saving a lot of time. Okay, so yes, a lot of the tech just joined. Okay, sweet. A lot of stuff actually does work. The main things that don't work are things that require high FPS, like 0G clipping, floor clipping, things like that. But you can still do a lot of stuff actually. Like most of the deloads still work. Chapter 7 skip still works, which is the biggest skip in the, like one of the biggest skips in the game. This skip I'm about to do, well, this version's a little different than what you do in any percent, but this still works. You can still get out of bounds here.
Ellie lied. She won't help, but you will.
Yeah, wall boosting doesn't really work. You can still do table boost. That one works at 30. Oh, what am I doing?
I've got problems on this end too.
Hold on, I forgot to do my own setup for a second. This is where I clip out, right? Yeah. Okay. Ready? Wait, this is the right spot, right? Well, we're about to find out. Yeah, I kind of wasn't paying attention. Hopefully this still works. If not, we're not going to lose too much. We'll just do it again. But
man, why did the elevated clips at low FPS have to be so shit and free?
Yo, we got it. Let's go.
I've got like 2 skips that I'm pretty sure would work. But they're just so... The clips are so bad.
Yeah. I can try to help you lab it some more. I definitely was having trouble with it too.
I don't think there's any way to make it better is the problem.
Yes, that was the new big skip. Yeah, that's gonna save a few minutes in this chapter. I did it kind of slow because I sort of forgot I was for a second there, but we got it. You have the Xbox Series X? Oh, that's good. Well, you definitely save a lot of times on loads then. I have not tested things on Xbox Series X. I imagine it's probably the same. The only real main difference should be just that your load times are going to be faster, so that, you know, like deloads will still work, I'm assuming. Unless the frame rate is higher than 30, in which case more stuff would probably work, but I don't think it is. Oh, This part's a little sketch too, because since we're still in a vacuum, you actually can't hear the enemies coming. Which is again another cool perk of the patient suit. God, that's scary. Oh man, way too close for comfort. Is that it? We done? No, we're not. Sorry, I'm a little focused here, not reading chat too much. I think we're good. We're good. Okay. That was weird. Oh. That was interesting. It, like, let me over the lift a little earlier. One cool thing about that skip is normally you're supposed to call the elevator down and then come up, but we didn't actually do that, so the audio's a little whack there. Yeah, I think the FPS limits are hard-coded, yeah. How much time is it? Oh, yes, yeah, it's about 225 if you do it really fast. All these runs are now in the patient suit. Yeah. there are still a lot of categories that... Oh, the audio is weird here. I don't know if the vacuum's gone now. It might be. It's hard to tell because we don't have an air meter. There's actually a lot of categories that still would have it. Like, no out of bounds and no deloads can't do the skip in the first chapter. Yeah, that was fat gold. Let's go.
Wait, what the fuck?
I'm not risking this. I'm waiting for this guy.
Wait.
There we go. What?
In Dead Space 3, the doors aren't deloaded.
Right?
Elevator doors lose collision.
They do? With deloads?
Apparently.
Bruh. Deload's useful in Dead Space 3, let's go. Dude, what? I think it's because of the skip, but the audio is like so whack here right now. Oh right, I need to do something. So
I don't know if a visual deload like the one we use spam crouch would work for it though.
Okay. Gonna try to do a cool little trick here at a crispy, crunchy 5 FPS. I can't even get my kinesis input out. Oh my goodness. We got it. Is Puker still gonna be up there? He is. Ah, I might have to actually deal with him. I don't want him to shoot me. Is he? Oh, like losing all my time save from this? Whatever.
Not now.
Anyway, still looks pretty cool, so worth it.
It doesn't recognize the new junction.
I think I've got it from up here. What? I didn't hear you.
No, that time it didn't lose collision.
But it did before?
I teleported into like the next other room. Start.
Yeah.
The elevator door didn't.
The health pack? Okay. Like I said, pretty much the only item we can use. This is why I don't have kids. For real. Alright, we're on the drill. You're gaming. Wow, this level is actually so much more tolerable without the drill being so loud. I mean, it's kind of loud. It's like, actually no, it's the same volume. Never mind. It felt quieter for a second. That is definitely sad. Honestly, the drill's not that bad on hardcore because the combat's actually sort of challenging. I don't know, maybe the drill is quieter. It definitely doesn't seem as obnoxiously loud.
The mines are swarming with these things. If there's this many down here, how many do we think are above us?
Wow, I missed all of those, really? What? Okay, I guess that works. That is true, actually, yeah. And you know, we skip most of the cutscenes and stuff, but man, that one where you go in the gym and you just see the baby crawling up to that one woman and it just explodes, like, brutal. Yeah. To be fair though, that's not really the point of Skyrim, I guess. It definitely fits better in this series. Yeah, I'm not. There's some ambient layer that's not playing in the sound here. Definitely, it's definitely because of the skip. Pretty interesting. I'm a fan of it, honestly. Like, this level's always like way too loud when you're trying to talk and stuff. Ow. Ow. Stop. This should be the last of them. Alright, I think we're good. Pulse rifle seems really good. It is very good. The alt fire is actually really good for combat. Or, I mean, just in general, it's a very good weapon. At the same alt fire? Probably not. Mostly just because the way that the weapons work in Dead Space 1 is they actually have collision. So if you aim into a wall or punch, or like if the gun collides with the wall at all, it pushes you back. I'm pretty sure that's why pulse boosting actually works. Just something to do with the animation or the hitbox of it, like something. I don't know.
Looks like we reached the foundation
Makes it
piles
work.
of the government
Also, I don't
sector.
know if my alerts aren't playing or if I just can't hear them because it's like loud or whatever, but Unknown Hybrid, thank you for the follow. I appreciate
We
it.
have a giant drill.
It says my alerts are on,
I'm right on top of this thing, right?
so I might have just missed it. So yeah, even if you had the same alt fire, it probably wouldn't work. It would be pretty cool though. I love his blank expression and all these cutscenes where he's supposed to have his helmet on too. It looks so silly in this one. Also, I forget how many saves we have left. I think we have 2. Oh, that's what I was gonna talk about back in chapter 10. I was talking about how there's the whole, what's it called? The save dupe glitch. So we're using it a little bit in this run to, you know, play it a little safer. But honestly, it's eventually gonna get routed out. I mean, the old hardcore route, I think I only saved twice. And back in the like 155 or whatever that run was, because it does lose time to save, you know. But considering there's so many other things that can kill my run right now, I'm not really too worried about it. Like, if we keep running this and we get a better time and we need more time save and, you know, we get more consistent, then it's more worth it.
Isaac, there's a gunship docked here.
What? Is it damaged?
Honestly, for casual play, I would agree with you, but for the speedrun, it really doesn't make that much of a difference. It's really just like, it just gets you more runs going.
What are you talking about?
Because most of them aren't even for, you know, oh, I don't want this enemy to kill me. It's more like stuff like this where it's like, wow, if I get here an hour and 20 minutes into my run and I soft lock, then my run's just like dead. So it's really more for the tricks, honestly, than the actual combat. I need to get a little more over there. Okay, cool. Nice, nice. Nice. Okay, that was good. Yeah, like that floor is super jank, and it's very easy to just get stuck in there. But like I said, like ideally we wouldn't really be saving at all, and it could get to that point. Well, except maybe the last one. What's up? Oh, the elevator thing?
Oh, if you crouch, almost every single wasted attack won't hit you if you're crouched.
Wait, like wasters just can't hit you if you're crouched? Is that what you're saying? Oops.
I think they've got like one attack pattern that can hit you.
That's actually really funny. Why did I have to run back? The trigger? Yes, there is a load trigger you have to hit to have that room load in, otherwise there's just a big void there. Idiot skip gaming. Okay, I gotta remember to actually do this correctly this time. So you have to open it before he says idiot and then wait is how you do it. I did it a little late last time. No pukers? Interesting. There we go. The last time it was weird because the door was actually unlocked. I can do it again. There we go.
Isaac, where are you going?
Just get a deload here to skip cutscene.
That's why I'm here, Isaac.
Alright, we're almost to the end of the game. 2 more big skips left. Can't tell you how many times I died. Puker spit opening that door. Yeah. Yeah, pukers are rough, for sure.
Pukers are a menace to society.
That's true.
Only beaten by wasters.
Very true.
Leapers are worse in casual play, in my opinion.
We're getting closer.
You think they're worse in casual play?
Yeah, I do.
The pukers?
Speedrunning, I would say it's pukers by a lot.
I don't know, man. That sounds like someone who's never had to deal with wasters before. No, I get you, though. They're both bad. I'm gonna want cutter here. Just run as fast as possible on Zealot on the PS3. That's cool. I think that's kind of how Crazy got started. I don't know. I think he did Zealot PS3 runs. Alright, so we're going to be trying to get this guy to hold a door open for us, hopefully. I need him to not die, though. Need him to get a little closer. That should work, I think. Nice. Very nice. So this is gonna deload the whole level, and that means we'll be able to skip all these door animations, which is really nice. And we can skip doing a hack panel up here. Oh, scary. Some of these enemies will still chase you, so you gotta be a little careful. Yeah, we're pretty much running through the whole level just unloaded, which is why we're running through the dark right here. But we're running straight to this last elevator of chapter 13. We're going to take our last safety save because this trick is very hard. Alright, so now, I'll better read chat more in a minute. I gotta focus on this first. But I'm going to drop to 5 FPS and try to hit this elevator and clip out of it. We're essentially trying to call it downwards so it loads the next level, but we need to be out of bounds when it happens. And it's a little tricky. Come on. There we go. So this is on top of the room where we normally have this really long Tideman cutscene. I need to load part of the level in here so I can stand on it by opening this door.
Will he get it first try?
I hope so. Then we gotta do a setup here, run off, and hopefully... Ah, barely missed it. That's fine.
Oh,
Try again.
balls.
I got a second try at my PB anyway. Alright. Probably should just split there, but I always forget. That was really close. Oh, I poke skip is insane. Yeah, I still can't believe this actually works. First try, maybe? Ah, no, close.
A few months ago, people were saying there were no big time saves left. And then engineering deck skip and I poke skip get found.
Yep.
You're definitely referencing me.
Not just you.
Man, this is hard to control at 5
Finding new
FPS.
tech and like actually no big time saves.
Oh my goodness. This is so hard to control. There we go.
New tech is different from...
Well, we found a lot of new stuff without any new tech at all.
Yeah, but they were meme strats.
Well, not really. We found a lot of stuff.
Chapter 3 extended drill, like those were meme.
I mean, there's stuff like the
Not
deload.
now.
There's okay, hold on. I gotta do this. Ah, what am I doing, dude? That was a choke. Come on, dude. Oh, this is so hard to control.
I do 6. I feel like 6
Like, why does he... Sometimes he runs there even when you're not holding anything. I've seen that happen to Crazy, too. Come on, man. Just hit the door. Okay. Alright, come on, come on. Yeah, the input delay is insane at 5 FPS. It's actually crazy how bad it is. Oh my goodness, almost fell off there. Oh, a little bit off.
Why don't you try the VSync strat?
What VSync strat? I didn't watch my step.
Where you put on VSync and it might put you back up.
I don't... Nah, I was way too far on the floor.
It didn't look like it.
I'm not convinced that actually works. It might.
Convinced what word?
Turning VSync on can save you from floor clipping. It might.
It does occasionally, but only if you're right on the edge of floor clipping.
I mean, I could try it, I guess, if I miss it again, but hopefully we just land in the right spot. Yeah, the timing on this one is just kind of hard.
Yeah, if Ramsey's still grinding PS1, who knows?
That didn't work, really? Man, I'm just choking. Come on, man. I just want.
Probably
okay,
not.
I just want to get a PB at this point. Come on.
He tends to not submit anything until someone beats his previous world record.
Definitely sucks having this right at the end. Ugh. Why does he keep running like that? It's so annoying. I swear I'm not pushing the button. There we go. Come on, man.
Where is this checkpoint?
This can happen though, to be fair. I mean, even when we had the old strat for this part's still the same. Hitting this door is just hard. Come on, come on, come on. Yes! Okay, finally. Alright, we should still be ahead. We did lose quite a bit, but we were already like 5 minutes plus ahead, so... I did watch my step that time. Alright. Now we just have to not die on the boss and we're good. Oh, I actually want line gun out first. Yeah. Alright, guys, we made it. Yeah, definitely check out Rampancy's runs. He's cracked. And if you've seen British's run, the console run is, I mean, the PC run is just completely different. No eye poke, only hand poke. Exactly. Alright. Last thing we gotta do. It is kind of weird seeing Nicole here, yeah.
It's slightly, ever so slightly faster to headshot him. But it's like fractions of a second between each different method. As long as you don't like just stand there and wait for him to die. That's really slow to do that. Which actually is the thing you can do. Believe it or not. You can just like not do anything and he'll die.
The makers? You mean me?
I think even shooting immediately and missing him is the same speed as headshotting him, if I remember from the timing video. Is that being a hitter? Reload cancel maybe? Nice. Yo, I actually did the final boss correctly this time. At least we're saving some time there. Let's go. That was fast.
I don't want to do door dives in Dead Space 3, man.
Door dives in Dead Space 3? Oh, dude, with the E key, though? Oh, cringe. That actually does sound terrible.
The amount of shit you want down to mouse wheel in Dead Space 3 is insane.
I know, right?
Like, you need crouch. If there's a door dive, you need E. And then it's like, if you want to do the climbs fast, you need W and A? Yep. Alright.
So, I lost quite a bit here, but I didn't even get, like, in my gold here doesn't even have this first try, so, yeah, I can save so much more. That's alright though, we got our sub 140, so that's a pretty good start.
Dude, why does this checkpoint not extend out of the lift at all? Fucking annoying.
You complete bastard. Was this your great plan? Dump me off and die?
Full of bad ideas, remember?
Yeah, well here's another
Should
one.
be,
Crashing through the roof to get you.
137? Like a low 137, I think?
It's too late.
Yeah, it'll be like a low
Yeah, well, you
sub
got very
137.30 it looks like.
Heads up.
I like how we just skip all these cutscenes, so it's like, where did Ellie even come from with the... Like, we didn't see her for all of the last, like, 3 chapters at all, until right now. Where'd she get this gunship? Yeah, it'll be like a 137.20 something. Actually, it might be oh no, it'll be like a 137 1x.
I'm trying.
Let's go! Well, made a lot of mistakes, but not bad. Definitely, chapter 11 definitely carried us a little bit. That was pretty good.
How was the run?
Run was good. I gotta double check, but it looks like it looks like it's a 137.11. Hell yeah. World record. You were here. Yeah, I'm definitely down to keep running this for a little bit. It's a really fun category. Ugh. Definitely a pretty big improvement. I lost a lot of time in Chapter 7. And then I lost a ton of time on that last split. I gotta practice that for sure. Chapter 10 I also lost a ridiculous amount of time. So... A lot of potential. We can definitely get, or at least I'm pretty sure we could get a sub 130. That would be kind of hard though. Bruh. I think for now though, I think just going for PBs is gonna be pretty good. But I think sub 130 would be like a pretty big goal.